So in the points and miles game, one way of upping your travel game or maximizing the travel points you earn is by gaining elite status. Whether it's through the airline status or the hotel status. Having elite status with the hotel program gives perks such as, free breakfast, waived parking fees, waived resort fees, and even like a club lounge access. While having elite airline status can get you the priority boarding or priority seating, or even flight upgrades from economy to a business or first class seat. My question to the masses is it worth achieving? And we're going to talk about it in this video. And in my personal experience, I have elite status with an airline and a hotel chain. As of last year, I've been a Hyatt Global since last year in June, and late last year in 2023. I know you're gonna laugh, but I'm also a Diamond Elite status with Frontier Airlines. So back to the beginning, is having an elite status with an airline hotel status worth it? Let me give you my own personal experience and what you think about that. So I did a video a while ago on how I became a Hyatt Global. You should definitely check it out here and in the description below. But basically, I made a small investment on becoming a Hyatt Globalist, and it's definitely worth it because of how much I got to get it, which is like around a couple $100. And doing a video in my last 6 months as a Hyatt Globalist recently, I got at least $1,600 in value, whether it's through free parking, breakfast, lounge, all that stuff. So from that point on, it's been a great perk to have elite status with a hotel chain. For Frontier, how did I get elite status? Definitely not the organic way, as I got it through a status match where I basically paid an application fee of $150. I basically did a status match from my AA Platinum Pro, which was also given due to my Hyatt Global status. I did the whole matching, and I've gotten great value out of my Frontier Diamond Elite status so far in the last year. The interesting thing about the Elite status with Frontier is that it's a status match, and I got this for a full year. As you know, with generally temporary status matches, you actually get that for 3 to 4 months, as shown in some of the data points I received from other airlines. So now do you know how I became Elite status? Is it worth achieving? From my experience, of course it is, based on what I've done, obviously, especially with Hyatt, where I spent a quarter of what I've earned in value, and obviously finishing my Hyatt Global status for 2024, it's going to be at least over $2,000 in value for a spend of $200-300. So yes, and for Frontier Elite Diamond status, of course, and it's really important because for the money I spent, which is $150, of course it is based on my situation because of the fact that I get free priority boarding, free priority seating, free carry-on, free check-in. You know how much that costs? It's ridiculous. So to save money that for each flight, which I've flown over, I think 6 flights with Frontier in the last year, it's crazy to say it's not worth having if you can get it for what I did for the fraction of the cost. And here's the savings I got from Frontier Airlines, just to show you, from the baggage fees to the priority seating, boarding, check-in, along with those super cheap flights from Frontier. I mean, why not be Diamond Elite if you can get it for such a fraction of the cost? So how about an example, right? So let's take Delta Airlines, everyone's favorite airlines, right? We know Diamond Elite is their highest member tier status. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm at the Delta hub in Atlanta and I don't even fly the airline. But to give you perspective, according to NerdWallet, it costs about $28,000 to get Diamond Elite status based on, just a good reference. And of course, what's the value of Diamond Elite status with Delta? Well, according to NerdWallet, one thing, because I'm not an expert in Delta, status-wise, they estimated value of Diamond Elite is $22,000, which includes perks such as bonus miles, club lounge, upgrade certificates. That's still not enough in compared to what you put in, which is $28,000. So you can see you're not even getting equal to what you just put in. So that's why I think that achieving elite status organically is definitely not worth it, because you're not getting the same or even more in return. And to me, I think the only caveat really in regards for doing it organically and feel like it's worth it, obviously, and a lot of people may know this, is if you can do it with a work or business spend. So that would make sense, because obviously the spend you put on those airlines or hotels, you're going to get reimbursed either through your employer or company. So in reality, you're not paying really much out of pocket or anything at all. So in that case, I would say that's probably one of the few exceptions where it is worth to do it organically, because you're not putting the financial burden on yourself. So let me know what you all think about that. So that's it for the video, everyone. So that's my personal perspective on elite status, whether it's a hotel or airline. As you do get great value, I'm not gonna lie, as a perk, all that stuff. But in regard for getting organically, I don't know about that. I mean, based on that Delta example, and maybe that's just your miles may vary, but what you put in, you're definitely not getting out of it, even with all the great perks. But let me know in the comments below what you all think about this video, and also the first example about Delta Airlines. As I do think it's worth it if you can get it for a fraction of the cost, and if you travel a lot, then yes, it's worth it. Anyway, make sure to hit that like button, like and subscribe, as I'm trying to reach my goal of 2,000 subscribers by the end of the year. Well, anyway, as I say in all my videos, and as I leave Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, life is short. Travel more, everyone. Stick around for some pics from my vacation the last couple days. Anyway, I'll see y'all on the next one.